Hi guys, welcome to HR Fundas and I am Disha. Today we are going to discuss another topic and that is what nobody teaches you in HR. So based on my experience of the last so many years and based on my experience of working with so many people, I have listed down 11 points or 11 things that I would want to share with you. So let's get started. Now, just because you have done an MBA in HR is not sufficient. You need to learn a lot of things that will make you a really successful person in HR. HR people are usually not trained for their jobs and they are just expected to be their best right from the day they join. So I thought let me share a quick video on these things which will help you as well in enhancing your career prospects. So the first one is be disciplined. Now this is very important because HR is supposed to be the custodian of all HR policies, company policies and procedures. Hence, you are the first person or you are the person who will always be on the line. People will always be observing you, looking at you, seeing whether you are following policies, processes or not. Even if that is as simple as coming to office on time, punching in or out at the time of leaving. So wherever things are concerned with regards to company policies, you will always be the one who will be very closely monitored. So being disciplined is extremely important. Now the next one is be ethical. So again, since HR is supposed to correct the people's behavior, the employees' behavior inside the organization, hence it becomes very critical that you yourself be the role model of how an ethical work environment should be. So you're dealing with all the employees, with the management, with the consultants or vendors. It has to be extremely ethical so that nobody can point fingers at you. You have to basically walk the talk. Now, the next one is be sensitive. So, you have to understand what your people are thinking, how they are performing, what is their body language around their managers, how do they enter the office, how do they exit, what kind of feedback do they give you, how do they talk about the company. So you have to be very observant of how your people react and behave and talk about your organization. So observe them and reach out to them before they come to you. Now, the next one is networking. So, networking is extremely important. It's important for everybody. But why is it so important for HR? Because if you're well connected, it'll be easier for you to hire good candidates. It'll be easier for you to get in touch with the best of the candidates or the right candidates for the role. You have to be well connected with the other HR people in the industry, in the other industries, because HR can work with other industries as well. You're not just stuck to one industry, provided other industry people are willing to hire you. And it'll also it might help you with another job as well if you're well connected with people in other companies or other industries. But most importantly, you are completely aware of what's going on in other companies, what kind of policies are they framing, what kind of actions are they taking. So it really helps to enhance your job if you're well connected. Now the next one is to be innovative. Now you have your processes which are in place, you have your policies which are in place, but it really helps if you are innovative and you come up with new employee engagement programs from time to time. I have made a lot of videos on employee engagement activities, and there are a lot of ways in which you can engage employees. It's not just you need to do some fun activities or picnics or parties. There are so many things that you can do in employee engagement, so you can check that out and you will get lots of ideas on how to be innovative in introducing new engagement activities. You can also look out for new ways to save the HR costs, because HR costs they are huge, because it consists of all the entire payroll and a lot of other employee engagement activities. So you can come up with ideas where you can save the employee costs or the HR costs. You can introduce some new processes, and also please make sure that whatever processes that you have or you are going to implement should be able to make your and your people's life, your employees lives easier. Do not complicate stuff just because you want to show them that my system stands out. Try to keep it as basic as possible, as easy as possible, so you will have to devote lesser time training employees on how to access and operate on those systems. Now the next one is learn on your own, because nobody is going to teach you. Now in most of the organizations, the HR department is very thin in terms of staffing. So you will have barely 2 or 3 people, or maybe 5 or 6 people, but everybody plays a very dedicated role in terms of which HR function is he going to handle. So if you have to learn anything, you will have to go out, reach out to people and learn on your own, because nobody will have the time to make you sit down and teach you how HR functions. So make that your own priority. Then the next one is know your statutory compliances. Now, compliances are extremely important irrespective of which HR function or which part of the HR function are you handling. So you should know what are your local labor laws, you should know what are your statutory compliances in the country, what are the mandatory ones. If you're stuck, what do you do? What are the kind of penalties that you face, so that if you're asked even by the management, yes, it happens. So if the management asks you to skip some statutory compliances or not follow them, you should be able to tell them what are the penalties that they will bear if they do not make the payments on time, or if they do not follow the compliances. If you can also do a course which will help you get a hang of what these labor laws are. And it will also help if you can have a mentor who can help you when you are stuck with in a situation like this. So you can always reach out to somebody senior in HR, maybe in some other organization, who can help you in your time of need. Now the next one is that you should know your employees. So HR is often hated in the organization because they are the ones who are always bossing around or telling people this is right, this is wrong, you should do this or that, go for training, you're not well trained. So HR carries a somewhat negative image in the organization, and the only way you can improve that image is by dealing with your employees, by knowing your employees, by talking to them. Just get to know what they are, just let them know what you are as a person. Not everything that happens in the organization is under the HR's control, and not always HR is the deciding authority in most of the decisions. However, since HR is the communicator of those decisions, people think that HR is the one who's taken that decision. So it helps to know your employees, whether they like you or they hate you, whatever the case is. Just know what they are thinking about you, about the company. It'll help you in devising strategies, it'll help you in knowing them better, and it'll help you to frame policies in a manner which are friendly for the employees. And please don't rely only on the feedback or the survey that you do, maybe a pulse survey or maybe a regular survey. Please don't depend on that. Just go out and make your own observations. Be open to feedback. Now this is extremely important, because as an HR you will always be flooded with feedback, whether you want it or you don't want it. People will always walk up to you to give you feedback about how the food is bad, the uniform is not good, or the environment is not great, my manager is not good. So you will keep on getting a lot of feedback on a day-to-day basis. Accept that feedback gracefully. Understand that this is an opportunity for you to improve the things, rather than just get grumpy over things and just start thinking that I do not want your feedback, I know my job well. Be open to feedback, it is going to help you. Expand your job knowledge and By that, I just don't mean that your job knowledge with regards to your own department, it should be the knowledge of other departments as well. Now HR and finance and IT, these are all called the support functions because they work very very closely with other departments or with operations. So they have to understand how each and every department functions so that they can be of great help to these departments. When you get a job description, just don't stick to what is written. If need be, go out, talk to the manager and understand what exactly is he looking at. Try to understand what are the basic questions that the manager would want the candidate to answer so that you can do a proper screening of the candidate before you present the candidate to the manager for the next round. So step out of your comfort zone, try to enhance your knowledge, just not just in your own department but in other departments as well. Understand their problem areas and look out for solutions if at all it is under your purview. Now there is a bonus tip, and that is stay grounded. So I have met a lot of senior people in HR, and the only thing that has maybe took them, they are at the peak of their careers and they have really really done well in their professions, in their professional life, and the only thing that I have seen in the only common thing in all these people was that they were all very grounded, they are very humble, they are good to talk to, they are always ready to help you out. So if you are at a position where you can help others, please help other HR people. Impart the knowledge that you can help them wherever possible. So these are some of the tips that I wanted to share with you. I hope you would have liked it. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.